Billy got it bumping.
Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul era, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. 10 DBS, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to another episode of Boot to the Face, powered by FullPressCoverage.com. Go there for all your sporting wants and needs, where I'm hoping that they're going to cover the black versus white Pro Bowl that I've been hearing so much about.
What?
You
What
ain't
is-
hear about this?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Wait, are you shitting me right now? You don't know what I'm talking about?
I've been out the loop.
So Rashard Mendenhall out of nowhere tweeted like, I'm sick of white people trying to tell me how to play football, and I'm paraphrasing, right? And he basically was like, white people aren't even that good at football. Instead of the Pro Bowl, we should have an all black versus all white football game, right? His was a lot more racial and had a little more vitriol in what I'm saying. So everybody's like making fun of it, like picking teams and shit like that. And one of the dudes from Barstool, he had the entire team. He was like, on offense, we're good. He's like, we got Burrow, we got Josh Allen, offensive line is good. We got Christian McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce. He was like, but on defense, he said, if the Bosa boys don't get there in 2 seconds, we're gonna get smoked in the secondary. Look, it was so big. Jason Sehorn was trending the last couple of days because they were looking for white cornerbacks to play on the all-white Pro Bowl team.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jason
funny.
Sehorn.
And we was just talking about him.
I know, right?
But
He
yeah,
all
it's
comes
been
back around.
funny. It's been fun. You'll have to I think it's Will Compton from Barstool that did it, but you'll have to look at his video. It's fucking hilarious. And then there was a black dude that he was like, I don't know why y'all sleeping on the white team. And he started naming the people too. Like, they're gonna be trouble, but they're gonna have to score 70 because can't none of them guard Cheetah. Oh, the other funny thing the white guy said, he was like, and then you got the halfsies, like the mixed people. He was like, if they use the N-word, obviously they can't play for us. But if they don't use the N-word, we should have just as much claim to them as everybody else does. He was like, Patrick Mahomes, Puka Nacua, people like that, like they should be open for both sides of the draft. It was funny.
Like a Chappelle show skit.
Yeah,
racial draft.
that's basically what it was. The funny thing is everybody's making a joke out of it. Meanwhile, Rashard Mendenhall's crazy ass was serious about it. Like, I don't even know what spurned it either. It just came across my timeline one day. I was like, what the fuck? That's weird.
I was about to ask you the same thing. Is this man trying to start a race war? Like, what was the thing that grinded his gear so much where he went on a tangent?
He also has one of the all-time dumbass tweets ever. It was something to the nature of, it's odd that people are celebrating a man's death. How can you hate somebody that you don't even know? You know who he was talking about? Osama bin Laden.
Oh, yeah. Thought you were gonna say on lines of Hitler. I mean, I guess like pretty close as far as like
This guy's a fucking knucklehead.
Jeez.
But apparently he doesn't. Apparently he's tired of white people telling him about football. So, but yeah, it's I wouldn't mind seeing it. You know, if they could, the NFL would never do it, but if they could do it and make it fun instead of making it like racially charged, but still being black versus white, like, I don't know, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it without making it racially charged, no matter how you try to sugarcoat it. Or
I mean, like, you got people like JJ Watt was tweeting about it. Like a lot of former players were tweeting about it, like having fun with it. Like, I don't know, them dudes are in locker rooms together. Like, I think they would all get along enough to where they probably could make it fun, but it would be the fans that would, you know,
Exactly. Hey, it's a pretty interesting concept, though.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee you somebody on Madden's made a Pro Bowl team where they put all white versus all black people and like simulated it. It's probably happened already.
I mean, if you were able to pull it off, it'd be how the Pro Bowl is constructed now is flag football.
Man, I saw a picture the other day. It was Des Bryant and what's his name? Deshaun Jackson.
Mm.
And I was like, when did the Pro Bowl like? Because in the last 10 years, the Pro Bowl got real. I don't know about you. I used to like the Pro Bowl, like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, it's not like I was looking forward to the Super Bowl, you know? So
Fair
it was
enough.
fun to see all the different helmets with one jersey on and see like all the cool people. And back when like Emmett and Michael Irvin were playing, like they were trying to win because, you know, it's $50,000 versus 25. That was a lot of money back then.
And this was when players used to throw caution in the wind, where
Yeah.
people didn't really make business decisions on injury. They just went out there and played.
And I feel like I could be wrong, but I don't remember any like serious injuries happening in the Pro Bowl when they used to play hard.
Probably was. You probably just don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could be misremembering, but it is what it is. Fullpresscoverage.com. They probably won't be covering it, but they should. How was your weekend, EJ?
Pretty uneventful. Pretty much just chilled, watch wrestling and fight. How about yours?
Well, my week started off with a nah. with- How could you put this? It was good, but it was bad.
Mm.
So signed up for AEW membership, whatever the hell it's called, to where they alert you about the tickets. Got the alert that the tickets were going on sale Thursday morning at 10 a.m. I don't know if you ever did like a pre-sale for Ticketmaster, but you get a code. Excuse me. And when you type the code in, it pulls up the tickets that you had typed the code in for. I didn't even need a fucking code because the tickets that the code came with were not front row tickets or floor tickets, right?
Mhm.
So some kind of way I figured that out. I exited out. Now it's like 10:01. Like this is all happening quick as shit. It's 10:01. Me and my buddy Steelman, he said he'd sit front row and he gave me his price range. And JD Hoop's brother, Mike Hoop, he was like, yeah, I kind of want to sit front row too. And I couldn't remember what his price range was. So I had 3 tickets in my cart. They were 350 each, front row. And I like hesitated. And then finally I was like, fuck it. I'm not about to look through Hoop's text. I'm just gonna buy it. And if he doesn't want it, I'll sell it. Hit purchase, these tickets are gone. Get back in, 3 more in my cart. Hit purchase, these tickets are gone. Within the next 3 minutes, tickets in the front row were relisted for over $3,000
Gee.
and sold out. So I got fifth row. It was the closest I could get on the ramp, but we're not like on the ramp. We're like 7 seats into the ramp. So I'm hoping I'll still be able to get some good uh video and shit like that. You do get a commemorative chair, which is cool and all, but I really wanted the fucking front row. And then to see people the next day get in front row when I thought it was sold out, like the pre-sale was Thursday. They said there were no more. And then Friday, I saw a guy tweet, he's like, let's hope it goes better today. And about 5 minutes later, he quote tweeted himself and showed his ticket with everything blurred out that he got front row. But I think because he was going by himself and I was looking for multiple, that all the seats together were gone.
That's
So
probably what it was. You sure he didn't have resale as well?
no, his were just regular tickets.
Yeah, probably because he
He
went
showed the
solo.
price. He showed the price. It was like 378 after fees and shit like that.
Oh, you know, I heard that's how it's like for a bunch of ticket services when you try to buy tickets because so many people are putting bots out there
Yeah.
to get it like instantaneously, which is stupid, man. I get why
Yeah,
they do
it's
it, but
it was
shouldn't.
very frustrating. I was kind of pissed off. Like I was real frustrated about it. I hadn't been that mad about something in a while. But I'm going. I'm in the fifth row. I get a fucking commemorative chair that'll be cool. I just won't be in the front row. But it's AEW, so like all the fans are probably like real bad out of shape and shit. I'll probably just walk to the front row anyway. Where they gonna beat me up and tell me to move?
Mm, fair point. I mean, security might give you some problems. That's about it.
I had um when Mickey James did her match against Jordan Grace, I think I was like fourth or fifth row. And during her match, I just walked down to the front
Mhm.
and stood next to Lisa Marie. I was like, who's gonna tell me to move? And when I walked down there, she was like, hey, and she gave me a hug. I was like, yeah, they're not gonna tell me to move now. So I watched it from the front row right there. But like the way Impact shit was set up, I was in the corner and there wasn't anybody behind me. So like me standing there wasn't impeding anybody's fucking vision. And then even if it was like the shit went up because it was at center stage. So I was like, I'm not going to sit back down. Like I'm about to stand here and watch this shit. So but anyway, I got tickets to AEW Revolution, and that'll be a fun weekend. I'm hoping they do some kind of like fan event also. Uh, my hotel is from Saturday to Monday, so I'll be
Mhm.
there the entire weekend. I don't know what the fuck there is to do in Greensboro. So
Not much. They got North Carolina A&T. That's probably the last time I went for their homecoming, but I can't remember a whole lot going on in the actual city because we stayed in that like college bubble. So who knows? There may be some things to do, but I doubt
yeah,
it. But as far as the actual weekend goes, you were talking about a fan thing. Don't they do Fan Fest every year or for every pay-per-view for AEW?
I don't know. Did they do one when we were in Orlando?
Pretty sure they did. I just didn't go.
Didn't you go to like something with Mark Henry or was that
Oh,
SummerSlam?
went busted. That was a busted open
That was in
party.
Orlando?
Yeah, it was in Orlando. That was busted open
They
party.
probably did do something in Orlando though, because that was like the first big event that wasn't at the Jacksonville Stadium, right?
No, but I think it might have been no, because they were doing stuff the year before. Because they were doing like full gear. That was the year right before. That was the year when Punk came back in 2021. We went in 2022. So
Really?
yeah,
That was just a yeah, you're right.
well, it was
Well, it's
almost two
almost
years
2
ago.
years ago now, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. It was the beginning of last year. Yeah, so maybe they do some kind of fan fest or something like that. I know from rumor has it that them and Starcast kind of had like a little falling out, but then they kind of came back together.
Mm.
But I don't know if AEW still sends their people to Starcast if they would do that. I would think Conrad and his people would do something though. Like Greensboro's the home of North Carolina. I mean, the home of North Carolina, home of Ric Flair versus Sting type shit. And he does podcasts with fucking all of the old school people. So I would think something should get announced pretty soon with them. I doubt it'll be Starcast, but I wouldn't see like I think they'd be leaving a lot of money on the table to not do something in Greensboro. That's their fucking fan base.
Yeah, and I do remember actually because Powerhouse Hobbs and their claim, they came over from the busted open party from the Fan Fest. So I can't remember where they held it at, but I do remember them coming over from there. So who knows if they still do it? I mean, that'd be dope. Like you said, it's Flair Country, Sting, and him had a bunch of battles there. So they got to do something, right?
Let's hope so. But yeah, hopefully that works out. That'll be a good time. And then I watched some wrestling this weekend. I went to two Christmas parties.
Oh yeah.
Um yeah, Friday night, Lucy Marie's job, well, Friday, her job had a Christmas party at work, but then her and a bunch of the women that worked there and like one of the two of the other lawyers and it was probably about 10 of them all together. They all went out for drinks after, so I just went straight from work over there. And the plan was that I was gonna drive us back,
Hmm.
which was, the plan was working. We were checking out at one bar and decided we were going to another bar where karaoke was there. Next thing I know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I can barely keep my eyes open. So I'm like, we got to Uber back. So left her car at one bar, drove 20 minutes, and left my truck at another bar and had to Uber back like 40 minutes to her place and then go get the cars the next day. And then Saturday, by the time that hangover wore off, it was time to hit my buddy Nate's Christmas party that I went to Vegas with a couple weeks ago.
Um,
He had Santa Claus there. He has a guy
really?
that does Santa Claus, and he's done it like 11 years straight at their Christmas party.
I wonder how much Cassie's forking out for that.
Couple hundred. I was there for their little conversation, and I won't say exactly what it was, but he was like, "Well, I only charge this much, but you always pay me this much." And Nate's like, "Oh yeah, it's because I always give you a little extra." He's like, "But I couldn't remember if it was X amount or if it was this amount." And I'm just like, they were paying so much money for shit at that party. It was a good party though. So a lot of fun this weekend.
So you went to a Christmas after party, then you went to a proper party.
Yeah. Kids were at this one. Santa Claus was there. And then all the kids left about 9 and all us adults stood around. And I'm to the age now, EJ, me and Nate, we were doing the math on our friendship. We've been friends for 26 years.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's almost longer than how long your girlfriend's been alive.
Almost. Yeah. She was 4 or 5 when me and Nate started hanging out, playing basketball at the park. Lived in the same neighborhood. That was how we met, was through basketball and shit like that. And then his dad was there, and of course we all, old people getting drunk. We all just start telling stories about when we were younger and shit. It was a good time.
Yeah. Nothing like reminiscing. And I'm sure y'all had adult beverages after the kids went away.
Oh yeah. Oh, after they were there, well, my kids weren't there with me, so I was freaking every. It was like every room I walked in, there was a bottle of Crown Royal or Knob Creek or something sitting on the table, and I'm like, I guess I'll make another drink.
F them kids.
Yeah, really.
Did they have like a eggnog, like the real eggnog?
No, so it's a Christmas cantina. So they get a taco bar like catered.
Hmm.
Like eating fucking tacos. They got sweets and shit like that. But as far as the drinks go, it's like they had beer, they had seltzers, and they had liquor. So it's like get your own shit. But
I
yeah,
definitely would
they
have been
spare
getting
no
a
expense, man.
I was gonna say I'll definitely be getting an Uber that night then.
Lucy Marie drove back. She was still kind of hungover from the night before, so she had a couple seltzers and that was it. But they always offer us like if y'all want to stay up because they want us to come over all the time, but they live so fucking far away. And he remodels houses. Man, this guy's house looks nothing like I remember it. He's got the fucking sickest back deck. Like it's got like an outdoor kitchen, a little, what do you call it, a fucking projector screen that comes down, weatherproof furniture going all around it that's covered, right? That side's covered, but then on the other side it's uncovered, and it's got a little bit of furniture and shit, and it's this huge deck. And then he's got the hot tub over here with a TV outside the hot tub, and then like an outdoor shower. It's just, excuse me, it's crazy because his back door where it comes out onto his deck used to be grass right there. And he literally dug down like 20 feet, took all that shit out and redid his entire backyard. And it's just, it's dope, man.
That's what's up, man. How many people were there?
There's probably about 50 people.
Oh, that's pretty deep actually.
Yeah. Including kids, there's probably about 50 people.
Was this one of those parties where you actually knew everybody in there, or you had to smooth with strangers too?
No, I mean, I met a couple people before at previous parties. And obviously I knew Nate and Amanda, his wife. My buddy David was there that I've known for probably about the same amount of time as I've known Nate. They're really cool too. They met each other through me, but they do the same kind of work. And Nate and his wife Amanda actually hooked David up with this chick Cassie that I met for the first time this time. And then of course I knew his brother and like his brother's wife and a couple other people. For the most part, it was like 75% of people there, I had no idea who they were.
And were they cool? Like, what was the vibe?
Oh yeah, it was fun. Everybody got along. Like it was a Christmas party.
Yeah. Were there like a dress code? You had to wear a sweater or something?
No, see, me and Lucy Marie talked about it. We were gonna wear onesies, Christmas
What?
onesies.
Oh
I'm
man.
sorry, I'm fucking my throat's tripping right now.
So good. You was about to go for it.
It's a Christmas party.
A onesie. Oh man, that's bold.
But there was people there, like there's one couple, they were in pajamas. Other people in like jeans and dress shirts. I wore I wore pants and like a button down and a jacket, but I wasn't at my house. Like I'd stayed at Lucy Marie's house the night before, so it was just like I had to throw some shit together. And I left my onesie at my place, or else we would have wore onesies. But my place was 25 minutes the other way, and it was already a fucking hour drive.
Yeah. So you just came in regular clothes.
Yeah. But I would have felt bad in a onesie because Nate's wife Amanda has this fucking skin tight red evening dress on and like these big ass stilettos. And she comes down walking all fucking proper, and I'm like, well, I'm underdressed. And first thing she says is, let's get a picture. I leaned over to Lucy Marie. I was like, I'm glad I ain't wearing that fucking onesie.
Yeah. Seems like she was doing the most because you said other people had pajamas on.
Yeah, there was a couple there that had on pajamas, but most people were like business casual. Like one guy had on like some blue jeans, but had on like a black dress button down and a black cowboy hat. So it
Mm.
was probably dressed up for him.
Yeah, like a range of clothing variety, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was a good time though, man. I dig adult Christmas parties. I think when I buy a house again, if I buy a house again, I think I'll probably throw a Christmas party here and there. I think it's just fun. Just get everybody together. Like as adults, we don't hang out that much anymore with friends. You know what I mean? Everybody's so fucking busy.
That's true. I mean, what's their festivities people throw for Christmas, and then maybe somebody throw a Fourth of July party, and that's about it. New Year's Eve.
I went to a funeral a few months ago and we were all talking because we all went to a bar to just have a couple drinks afterwards. It was like 50 of us there after the funeral. We was all talking. I was like, we got to do better than just getting together when somebody gets married or dies. Like, those are the only two times everybody gets together. I know everybody's busy, but you can't just, I don't know. It just seems like a depressing thought, really.
Yeah. Plus, if you live in the same city, see, it's unfortunate that me and most of my close friends were all spread out throughout the country, so we don't get a chance
Yeah.
to. But if you're in the same city, like, yeah, you gotta get together. Life is short.
Yep. Damn, EJ, we've been going on and on about weekends and shit that ain't got nothing to do with wrestling. Um, let's get into today's the Booty Awards, the third edition of the Booty Awards. We've taken a hiatus on a couple of them. But the listeners got to vote on them. I have no idea who won what. EJ has the tally. Um, and so we will debut that later. But first we'll just go ahead and do we'll do power rankings, we'll do NFL, and then we'll end the show with the Booty Awards. How's that?
Hey, let's get it.
Power rankings for the no, for the Christmas Eve edition, basically. Um, I believe I went first last week, EJ. I did watch some wrestling, but now I can't remember what the fuck I watched.
So I probably watched a little bit too much wrestling and not be considered a nerd. Like it was on the threshold because it was just so much wrestling on this week. You got the normal shows, and then you had Final Battle, ROH, and that's pretty much the only thing with ROH I keep up with are the pay-per-views because they only have 3 a year. I can't watch that weekly show and have a life. So, but I mean, you pretty much get, they sum up everything that happens until then, so it's not like you're missing a whole lot. But you know how long the pay-per-view was, including the
Don't tell me
pre-show,
4 hours. Don't tell me 4 hours.
including the pre-show, five hours.
Get out of here.
And my dumbass watched all five. Why? I don't know, but I did.
How?
How did I do it? I watched
Why? Also, you're right. Why? You said it was Friday night. I hope you watched it the next morning.
I watched it 2 days later. I would watch a lot of it on Sunday morning, and then during the first NFL games because I didn't really care about it. I had it on, and then I had the NFL on tablet, and then the Final Battle on the screen. So that's how I did it.
I will say this new way that I've started watching wrestling the next morning, have a little cup of coffee or something like that, or if I don't have my kids, maybe I'll have a Bloody Mary while I'm sitting there watching it. It's much more enjoyable for me. Honestly, Monday Night Raw is the closest thing I watch to live or NXT while we're recording. Like, I rarely watch any live wrestling anymore if it's not a pay-per-view.
Yeah, you're a busy man. Like, it's easy to watch it the next day now. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have DVR, but I have those sites, and all those sites are pretty updated. So
I realized that I technically have DVR. Um, my cable company will put shows on demand, but the thing that sucks is they put the commercials in there too, and you can't fast forward the commercials.
yeah, and that adds like another hour in some instances. So
Yeah.
fuck that noise. But with that being said, did you get to watch any of that RA show or hear about the results or anything?
I heard Keith Lee beat uh what's my homie's name? Big Boy.
Shane Taylor.
Yeah, he beat Shane Taylor and turns out he wants Swerve Strickland. Uh I just I put this in our Discord. If you're not following our Discord, you should. You can find it on our link tree. I just don't like Keith Lee. I don't enjoy anything about Keith Lee anymore. And 5, 6 years ago in NXT, I was the biggest fucking Keith Lee fan. Bask in my glory. That used to be my shit when that hit. Bask in my glory. Now, I don't give a fuck. Just the way he talks. That little he sounds like Wreck-It Ralph almost.
He almost sounds like the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, it's like a mixture between him and Wreck-It Ralph. And it's just like, just shut up. You're big as fuck. You ain't got to talk.
I mean, maybe that's what it was back in the day why you liked them so much. Maybe they didn't let him talk as much at NXT.
If they did, I didn't see it. He would just come out and fucking put on bangers with him and Dijak.
I mean, using all those big words. We ain't trying to hear all that, man. Just go
Ain't
get
nobody
your
trying to hear that shit, nigga. We know you smart.
get your big ass out there and wrestle. But yeah, I get what you're saying, and then like I don't think people can use the excuse as AEW is dropping the ball because NXT was hot. He was a Bearcat, and WWE that wasn't his fault. But okay, you have Swerve and him starting on the same level. They were tag team partners.
Yep.
Become Swerves, rising to the top, and Keith Lee, you're right there where you are. So you got to make yourself hot in some instances, and Swerve's
Yeah.
done that, and Keith Lee hasn't. So I don't want to hear the AEW dropping the ball. They have messed up in a lot of other instances, but I don't think you put it on them in this one.
No, I think there's a lot of people that can be said for that. Yeah, AEW may not have them on TV as much, but when they are, they're not doing anything to like command my attention or other people's attention. And like, hey, think about this, man. Remember, Keith Lee was the last guy left against Roman Reigns in a Survivor Series match. And people were like, he's gonna beat Roman Reigns. He came out and fought Lesnar in the Royal Rumble, and people thought he was gonna throw Lesnar over. Now, you don't even think he would fucking throw Prince Nana over the top rope if he came out. Like, you've lost all confidence in Keith Lee. And like, just sitting here talking about it sucks because, like I said, I was a big Keith Lee fan.
Hey man, be like that sometimes. I am curious to see what Triple H would do with him just to shut everybody up. And if he got with Triple H and he still wasn't able to get hot, then that's on him. But
Yeah.
I feel you. But
I also think,
go ahead.
just real quick, I think he's kind of aged out of his move set. Like, he's still, I think his body doesn't allow him to do the moves that he used to be able to do, and he still tries them.
You don't think he's as crisp in there?
No, I mean, it happens to everybody, you know?
I mean, he is 40 and carrying a lot of weight, so I don't expect him to be moonsaulting anyone like that.
Yeah, he did that shit for years, and being the size that he is, obviously it would take a toll on him. So I think like maybe it's time to fucking just be a powerhouse now instead of trying to prove that you're agile as fuck for your size. Like, we remember, we got YouTube. You ain't got to do that shit no more.
Yeah. Go in like the Mark Henry type round. They got a similar height, probably. Similar body size, even though Mark Henry's a whole lot more stronger than Keith Lee, but still.
Strongest man in the world. He ain't just strong in Keith Lee. He's strong in every damn body.
I know, right?
The world's a big fucking place, and he's the strongest motherfucker here.
Yeah, at one point in time, he really was. So,
Man, there's nothing that I love more when randomly on Busted Open they'll get into Mark Henry's like powerlifting stories,
mm,
and that shit's just crazy to listen to.
and I've heard a couple of them too. Dude's an animal.
Yeah, when he was working for WWE and Vince was like, "All right, well if you want to take time off and go do that, like we don't have room for the second strongest man in the world. Like I'm gonna fire your ass if you embarrass us."
Vince was all about that. Had that bodybuilding league at one point, so right up his
Mark
alley.
Mark Henry said the only reason he wanted to do it is because people was talking shit, like saying he ain't the strongest man in the world while he was wrestling WWE. And Vince was like, "You don't have to prove that." And he's like, "Yes, the fuck I do." And like said, once my fucking mind was made up, like wasn't nobody gonna tell me I couldn't. And then he just started going around breaking all kind of records. I'm like, he was talking about the weight he was picking up. I'm like, are you serious? That's a fucking car.
Man, you can't even fathom to think like the kind of training he had to do to get himself to that level. That's
Have you,
crazy.
have you seen Mark Henry lately? Like in person?
Yeah, I had a picture with him at AEW. I mean, it's
All
almost
right.
2 years ago, but
He doesn't get around the best, right? Like he clearly couldn't wrestle anymore.
mm,
You think it's from all the powerlifting, or you think it's from wrestling?
I think it's from wrestling, man. Probably a combination of both.
Yeah.
But a lot of it probably from wrestling.
I wonder if powerlifting really does do a lot of damage to your body though after all those years.
I mean, if you do it wrong, of course.
Well,
But
the body ain't made to just be picking up all that kind of weight all the fucking time.
they have instruments and devices that helps, but they're not foolproof. Of course, you're
Yeah.
gonna have some wear and tear. So yeah, I can imagine combination of that and wrestling hasn't done his body good over the years. But shout out to Mark Henry though. He came
World's
out of
strongest man.
ROH. He came out of ROH actually. A little enforcer.
Oh, this past Friday?
Yeah, he was out
Nice.
there. He was out there. But with that being said, I'm gonna cheat a little bit this week, a lot
Uh-oh.
this week. I got a whole bunch of honorable mentions, basically from this ROH show. I got Brian the Bounty Hunter Keith. Have you heard of this dude?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
saw him he was in the triple threat match at ROH, right? And then he wrestled Orange Cassidy.
yeah. I never heard of the dude. I guess he's an indie guy.
Yeah, I don't like them high waisted pants he wears though.
Like a Murdoch style. Was it Trevor Murdoch? And he had the high
Dick
waisted.
Murdoch,
Uh,
Dirty Dick Murdoch, and I think Trevor Murdoch got the high waisted draws, don't he? Yeah.
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 So shout out the Brian Keith. He had a match on the pre-show to get himself into that multi-man television match. He had a good showing.
Hmm.
He lost, but then he got another chance on not RH, Collision and lost to uh, Orange Cassidy. But good exposure. Also got the Von Erichs on there. They were on Rampage and on the ROH show. They won both of them.
They have shoes on.
I don't think they did.
Hmm.
Got to keep it going. Got to keep the family tradition
Shout out to my
going.
boy Solo. Solo put shoes on last time I saw him wrestle.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
He had wrestling shoes on and kick pads.
Hmm. Maybe he stepped on something.
Who did he wrestle? I think he wrestled like Orton a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he wrestled somebody.
Yeah, he
LAI
had
or
he had fucking kick pads and wrestling shoes on.
hmm.
Boy said, I'm about to be the next tribal chief. I can't be running around here with my fucking toes out.
Hey, got to keep those feet nice. Can't be running around with busted toes, being a tribal chief. Have some cool. But I got a couple more honorable mentions. Keith Lee, the aforementioned Keith Lee. He had a win over Shane Taylor. Kyle Fletcher, the new TV champion. So I'm curious to see what they do with him. I think he's gonna be taking the pins in the Don Callis family, but it's nice that he got that television title. Ethan Page, he's been ghost on AEW TV, but he had a I Quit match was pretty good against Tony Nese. You got time, recommend listeners go back and watch that. FTR and the Briscoes against the BCC in a it wasn't a death match, but it was a no disqualification match. They reset it. That was cool. And then I have John Moxley, even though he lost at our age, he had a win over our boy not Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland.
Mm.
And he's now the leader of that Continental Classic. So that's it for my honorable mentions.
He's on to the next round now. Well, he's in the finals for his division.
So he'll probably make it. And then I'm also cheating with my number 5 is a tie because what happened with Raw. I have Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale with that at a hardcore match. I don't think you were a fan of it.
It was just I don't know. You had said in the thing that Diamante and Mercedes been fucking with them a lot, but I just thought it didn't make any sense for me for them to have a street fight. Like it was just violence for the sake of violence.
Oh no, it's been weeks where they've been messing with them. I know sometimes you don't get to see all of a Collision. That's probably why, because it's been happening on Collision for weeks and weeks. They've been messing with him, and had to settle out in a street fight. I dug it. I actually enjoyed Collision a lot this past weekend, and they're tied with your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Katana Chance and Katie Carter. Who you got at
My
number
number
5?
5 would be the American Dragon, a constant in my power rankings, as he got a win again this week over he beat Brody King, didn't he?
He did.
Yep.
That was
Brody
a
took
good
two
match.
L's this week, did he not?
I want to say so, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he lost on Dynamite also.
Was it a Andrade? I'm pretty sure.
Yep, it was. Um, my number 5 would be your new WWE Women's Tag Champions, Katana Carter or Katana Carter, Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance. It's something about Kaden Carter. I just can't like not look at her when she's on the screen.
She's very interesting. She's got the
Yeah.
tattoos, the eyes,
She got
the
a very
hair.
magnetic look.
Yeah. Can't put my finger on it either, but yeah.
Because I'm not even trying to be like, oh yeah, she's gorgeous, but I don't like all the dreadlocks and the tattoos and the piercings and all that shit. Something about her, you just gotta look at her.
Yeah, shout out to them.
No,
It's kind of
I don't care about the other one. This is about Caden Carter.
that's
Or Kate.
Ricochet's ex. You don't like her?
Ricochet don't talk about her no more.
It's gotta be
He's on the better things, but I don't mean that in a bad way against her, but
that's gotta be weird. Just having your ex backstage and your new girl.
having your fiance have to announce her as the new tag team champion.
Yeah, that's gotta be weird. Some guys get off on that.
You never know. There was rumors about Ricochet a couple years ago.
Yeah. Was that the Damian Priest story or whatever?
No, it was should we even be getting into rumors about people's
Nah, let's
fucking
move
personal lives on here? I'll text you.
Let's move on.
Hey, that was my number 4.
I was sad to see Chelsea Green lose the titles,
Chelsea Green.
but it had to happen eventually. That was your number 4.
Yes, sir.
My number 4 is him. Got a big win in the U.S. Championship tournament this past Friday on SmackDown. Your boy Carmelo Hayes, and like we all know, when Carmelo Hayes shoots, he don't miss.
Melo don't miss.
Against glorified, I don't know, I'm not gonna say glorified. They're almost pretty much jobbers at this point. Your boy Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
I'm more upset about Grayson Waller losing all the time than I am Austin Theory.
I mean,
I think Grayson Waller literally could be the next Miz if they did it right. But he ain't starting out on a good note right now. But
okay.
he can talk his ass off. He's decent in the ring. Like again, I don't like that fucking somersault flatliner thing he does. Like it's just too much that can go wrong. But I don't know. He's got a fucking swag about him. Like he's a pimp.
I think Triple H is an old school guy. He's like, eat shit now and you stick through it, you'll benefit later. Because he had to get thrown in a pig pen against the Godwins, didn't he?
Oh, Triple H sucked though. He only got to the top because he slept his way to the top.
Yeah, you could say that, even though he was champion when he was still with China, but
No, he wasn't.
yeah, he was. They were
He didn't get in the title picture until he fucking got with Stephanie.
nah, he won it when he was at SummerSlam '99. Him and China
He
were
was cheating on China with Stephanie, though.
okay. Well, I hope you just think they did it in front of Vince.
No, but you don't think Stephanie was like, Dad, you know who I
Nah,
think should win the title?
I don't think so.
Triple H.
I don't think so.
And about 8 months later, they're fucking in a drive-through wedding.
I don't think so.
This is this is why we need that dark side of the ring relationship shit from wrestling.
that sounds salacious, but I don't think that's how it went down. It
That's
did.
exactly how it went down.
Now it didn't hurt him that he eventually did that, and he probably got 6, 7 more reigns than he deserved.
This motherfucker won the world title when The Rock and Stone Cold and The Undertaker and Kurt Angle were there. Triple H don't belong in the same fucking category with them. You don't think he had some extra backing from somebody in a powerful position?
I told you that it probably helped him later down the line, but I think initially he was a body guy. Vince loved body guys, and he was like the only true heel out of that group. So he had to have a foil. I was a
Kurt
Triple H
Angle was a
fan,
heel.
but he was a comedy, funny type heel. Triple H was like that cerebral assassin, pun
He was
intended.
in DX before that.
And then he got out of it, joined the corporation, got out of it, and he was like the serious heel in that time. I mean, I was a Triple H fan, so I'm biased.
Oh, yeah.
Until
Fucking,
what's that?
did you have a leather jacket with a cut off jean jacket on top of it when you go to winter parties and shit?
Nah, not all that.
Carry around
After
a sledgehammer, spitting water on people.
I checked out after like the Evolution era, and I'm like, all right, this is stupid now. Where he was burying everybody. But I like the heel DX. That was like the last of me being like a big Triple H fan with like heel DX, the Helmsley era or whatever. But yeah, I get what you're saying with Grayson Waller. You know what a benefit him? Roster shakeup. I think he'd be better on Raw at this point right now.
I think he's good on SmackDown. If I'm a wrestler, I'd rather be on SmackDown because Roman Reigns ain't hardly ever there. You know, you get like 4 or 5 episodes with just a lot of TV time on Fox, and then when Roman does come back, if you did a good enough job, you can get on the show he's on, where even more eyes would be on it. I think they just need to get him away from Austin Theory.
That would help, but the the negative about SmackDown is the roster is a little bit smaller, so you got to work with a lot of the same people
Yeah.
over. And since Triple H, they've been shying away from doing the 50-50 stuff. So that's why I thought that him being on Raw might be a little bit better. But, you got pros and cons.
Mm.
But yeah, that was my number 4, was it?
Yep.
My number 3 is your guy. I'm being sarcastic. ROH champion, Eddie Kingston. He got a win on that ROH show against the guy from the Workhorsemen and Anthony Henry, and then got a big win over
The
Collision.
cornerback for the Cowboys.
Not that one.
You remember him, number 42? He's
Yeah,
real tall and like he didn't look like a cornerback, but he was pretty good, Anthony Henry.
that's a throwback name.
Yeah.
Same name.
Mid 2000s.
Yeah, that was a co-main event on the ROH pay-per-view, and then he got a win over Daniel Garcia, who I guess is putting this tournament just to take pins.
Just a spoiler. He's like the Washington Commanders.
Basically.
He just at the end trying to stop a motherfucker from going to the playoffs. Like that's all he's got to play for now. I feel bad for Eddie Kingston.
Why?
He wins the ROH title and has a New Japan title, and chances are he's not gonna be the Triple Crown champion. So the last like 2 months of his world title reign, he doesn't even get to carry the fucking belt around. What is this fucking thing Tony Khan's got with like you're the champion? You don't get to bring the belt out to the ring with you.
MJF, cough, cough.
Right. I don't
have no
understand
clue.
that.
I have no clue either. Yeah. I mean, with Eddie Kingston, though, I bet it was his idea to do this. So Yeah, he made his bed. And I'm sure if he didn't want to do it, it probably wouldn't went down like that. But
We got
whatever.
winded from carrying two belts around.
Probably.
Why don't we just leave them on the table?
Man, I still think that this whole triple crown is stupid, but whatever. The matches are good.
It better be a good looking belt.
Why should be trash? I,
Yeah,
s-
that,
I still hope it's not defended. Let's have it where you try to defend it at the next tournament. That's be stupid defending whatever continental. They got too many belts, but I digress. Who you got at your number three?
so they're doing away with the ROH world title.
I don't know. It hasn't been
Isn't that what
clarified.
they're doing? They're combining the ROH world title and the New Japan Strong title, and they're making this new title, and that makes you a Triple Crown champion. Or are they going to carry around all three belts?
I have no clue. They didn't
Because why would you
specify.
do away with the ROH world title? And why would you compare the ROH world title and say it's equal to the New Japan Strong title, which Okada doesn't give a fuck about the New Japan Strong title. So it's definitely not on the same level as the world title in New Japan.
I think it's one of Tony Khan's weird fascinations. He's got a fascination with titles. I remember an interview he did like 2 years ago. So he's like, "Yeah, we got a bunch of more titles we're going to introduce. Why? That's not what fans are asking for. They're asking for less titles." He's got a weird fascination with it. I don't know why. One of his weird quirks, but whatever.
Yeah. My number three, my boy finally got a win this week over Ludwig Kaiser. Main event Jay Uso. Down since. Got his yeet back and he started getting his wins back. I like it.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I watched Raw, but I don't even remember that match. Was it that impromptu?
I don't know how impromptu it was. It was like a 10, 12-minute match. They had a break in between. Kofi came out dressed like Santa Claus and hit the other guy with the Trouble in Paradise. Uh, Gunther told them beforehand, he's like, I'm taking a couple weeks off after beating the Miz. Like, y'all better get y'all shit together next year because this year y'all sucked.
Hey, he's not lying though.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't Jay come down to save Kofi, and that's how the match started? I want to say they're beating him
You
down.
might be right. I don't know. I didn't see that part. I fast forward a lot.
Yeah,
I
because I
saw
don't.
Kofi backstage talking shit to them as Santa Claus.
Yeah, because I don't think it was supposed to be an official match, but I think you're right. They did start a match. Yeah, got back on the win column.
Yep.
Hopefully, he can keep the momentum going.
My number two, first time for everything. He'll probably never be here again. But if you add in the comedic value and how entertaining this guy is, and he won a loser leaves Judgment Day match, fucking R-Truth.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't like Judgment Day being mixed with the comedy, and I like Truth, but have him do something else. I mean, but if you think about it historically, even with the top guys, because Vince liked to pop himself, there always been comedy mixed with everything, basically. Even with Stone Cold, he had the bear truck or whatever. Even like most of the most serious. Only thing I don't remember any comedy being mixed with Undertaker. That's the only person really with the Ministry of Darkness and all of that. But I
Undertaker had some comedy when he was the American Badass.
yeah, him and Kane like backstage or whatever. I remember.
And him feuding with Kurt Angle was funny.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's good for now. Truth getting mixed up with Judgment Day, but I feel bad for JD, even though they put him back in the group. He's basically the fall guy in that group.
I mean, if you think about it, Truth is just basically the Sami Zayn of the bloodline to them. Like Sami Zayn was literally running around saying he was in the bloodline when he wasn't, till he had to prove himself using comedy and shit like that. It was the same thing. Only it's our truth now, and he's funnier than Sami Zayn.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but our true stick is he don't know what's going on. Sam was actually trying to prove himself. Our truth is like,
He said, "Y'all jumped me in last week, right?"
that
I laughed
was
so
funny.
hard at that.
Yeah.
Some of them shots was a little bit like, but let's be honest, JD, nobody likes you. And Priest was like, "Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it."
Priest was quick with it. Agree with that. That sounds like a good idea. Let's get this guy out of the paint. But Rhea came for the save. Yeah, the number
Our
two.
Truth is my number two. He's high up there.
That is pretty high. I don't know if our true ever make my list. I mean, never say never. My number two is still your Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther. A pretty good match over Miz. Miz brought some fire out. And what's this record up to? Like, I can't see a ending for this reign unless they like do it out of nowhere. He's shattered that Honky Tonk Man record.
I was thinking about this today, actually. And is it my turn to go yet, or is it you do your two and one?
Yes, that's my two. And that's my two.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
We can.
I hadn't done my one yet, but I want to
Yeah,
hear
go ahead.
I want to hear what you had to say though.
So I was thinking with Gunther, you could. There's a couple ways you can handle it. You could obviously do the person that beats him, is going to get a big rub, and this may be a little biased, but I wouldn't mind seeing him and Jay at WrestleMania and Jay take it from him. But I know Jay's going to fight Jimmy, so that kind of sucks. Um, but why not have Gunther fucking run through WrestleMania with the title, and after Punk and Rollins and after Priest cashes in or whatever, Gunther can go to Adam Pearce and be like, "Yo, I'm the best fucking champion on this brand. I want a world title shot. I'm cashing in my fucking IC title. If I win, I'll give up the IC title. And if I lose, then I'll go back to defending the IC title. But I want a title shot, champion versus champion." And then have him win the fucking world title. Because I think his reign is so good. I don't think he should lose the Intercontinental title and then go win the world title because his reign's been too good. So why not keep the Intercontinental title, run through the whole division like he's done, and then be like, I want a world title shot. And as the Intercontinental champion, win the world title. And then the next night on Raw, be like, I've done all I can do with this one. I'm the world champion now.
I wouldn't be mad at that because I was thinking about they could just have him vacate it instead of lose it. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
mad at that. Um,
But you can only vacate it if he's the world champion. I don't want him to Samoa Joe it.
yeah, yeah. Actually, I have a reason because we don't even know if Samoa Joe was gonna win the world title. He might have vacated it for no reason.
Right.
But I think the path they were going on before Punk got thrown in the mix, I think they probably were trending towards him facing Seth at WrestleMania. I could be wrong. I don't read dirt sheets or anything, but the way they set him up in last year's Royal Rumble, you think that he'd be primed to face Seth this year.
He
But
might be dark horse to win the Royal Rumble
yeah,
as the Intercontinental champion and go to WrestleMania and fight for the world title as the Intercontinental champion.
yeah, a whole lot of things would probably have to happen. I think if that happened, I think that means Damien would probably cash in and then just have Punk and Rollins, no title, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, your world title would probably went in main event WrestleMania. So, but do you really need it main event? No, probably not.
No.
Another thing, though, I know you say you don't want to see him lose, but what if they tied the story full circle, have Ilya come up and take it off of him?
I'm not with it.
Why not?
I don't know. Something about dragging off I don't like.
I think he's a fiery little guy in there.
He's great for NXT.
Hey, that's the way to get him the rub. Have people care about him if you want to bring him up. Because wrestling wise, he's there. I mean, he might need more promo work, but he's there wrestling wise. So I can see him getting called up next year sometime.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that though. I'm at my number one.
Mm-hmm.
My number one is still your ROH women's champion. I think the longest reigning women's champion of all time, Athena. Big one over Billy Starks. And everybody's been raving. I know we don't get the chance to watch ROH, but everybody's been raving how good the story was. And they showed like the promo package, and it was pretty entertaining. She had her as Billy Starks as a little minion and jumping hoops, and it had Lexi Nair involved with it, which I didn't know she was doing more stuff like that. So maybe I gotta go back and watch like some clips on YouTube,
Hmm.
see it in full context. But Dean my number one.
My number one, we just got done discussing the longest reigning intercontinental champion in the history, Gunther. And as I always say, this guy knows how to finish a fucking match. When it's fucking go time, he do not fuck around. My boy got the skull crushing finale off the top rope. Gunther rolls out, recovers. Miz throws him back in, thinking I'm about to go in and kick his ass. Boom, walks into a power bomb, picks his ass up, hits him with a fucking Okada Rainmaker, then power bombs his ass again, all within like 30 seconds. I loved it.
I loved it, but I thought it was going weird. He rolled out, Miz went out there, he rolled back in again, and then just automatically powerbombed him.
Yeah,
Like he got his special meter up in No
he
Mercy or
recovered
something.
when he rolled out. He got his wits about him, but he was still a little groggy.
Yeah,
But like he was like, I gotta take this motherfucker out now. He's whooping my ass.
yeah. It was highly entertaining. Even though
Shout
he
out to the
just
Miz too. The Miz has been fucking killing it lately, man. We've talked about it before. I'm not gonna go singing his praises for 10 minutes again, but it does need to be said that the Miz is. I ain't trying to hear that soft style shit that they tried to label him a couple years ago. Like Miz can go when he needs to.
Ryan Danielson did that. He said
Yeah.
Miz wrestles that soft WWE style. Miz
Man, Miz
wasn't even
fucking
trying to hear it.
put his ass in a blender on fucking what was that shit? What was that show called?
Smack Talk.
Smack Talk, man. Miz went viral on that motherfucker. Okay, you want to talk shit?
His,
Why you can't stay healthy? Let's talk
hey,
about that. Let's talk about why you the GM right now. Your ass can't even wrestle. Danielson was
he's
mad as hell.
foaming at the mouth. Classic. Hey, that's still rings true today. Can't stay healthy. Brian Danielson. Brittle Brian, as Nigel calls him.
Nigel's fun. Nigel said that dirty Swiss when Cesaro won.
He said that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh
He
man.
said that dirty Swiss. I mean, Nigel's foreign too. He can say that
I
shit.
mean, he gets away a lot because it's kind of guys behind that accent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's foreign also. He can be like that.
Shout out to Nigel.
Let's we gotta run through these NFL picks, EJ. We still gotta get to the booties. We're already an hour in.
Yeah, let's get into these picks. And I sent you the results. You beat me this week.
By one. That
When's a
ain't,
win?
that ain't gonna
We both.
get me
Yeah, you're right.
there.
You'd have to pick like literally all the opposite picks, and I don't know how that worked mathematically. Um, I, I had it pulled up. My computer's being stupid, but week 15, you went 12-4, and I went 11-5. So we both did well. I guess it was
Yeah. We made the
lot of
playoffs.
a lot of predictability, I guess, with these past weekend's games. So
I don't know. We both picked the Cowboys.
yeah. I don't even know what to say about that game, man.
Thursday, December 21st, the 7-7 battle. They're both trying to get a playoff spot. The New Orleans Saints take on the Los Angeles Rams
Where's this happening then?
in Los Angeles.
And I got the Rams.
I'll take the Saints.
They put a hurting on the Giants, I want to say, this past weekend. Or they might have barely won, I can't remember.
The 8-6 Cincinnati Bengals on Saturday will travel to Pittsburgh to take on the 7-7 Steelers.
I'm not confident in this pick, but give me the Steelers, I guess. What's the Bengals record again?
8-6.
8-6. Joe Burrow's still out. Who's the backup? I want to say they got a pretty.
Fucking
They
hell.
got the kid from. They got the kid from Washington, Jake. Whatever his name
State Farm.
is. Jake from State, but might as well be. I, I'm not confident in this pick, but I'll stick with the Steelers.
I'm gonna take the Steelers also because not only is Joe Burrow out, Jamar Chase is out.
Ooh, you didn't tell me that.
I just thought about it. Saturday night. Saturday night's all right for fighting. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Buffalo Bills, fresh off that ass whooping they laid on the Dallas Cowboys, and their fucking running back kicked me out of the fantasy playoffs in my big money league.
Jeez.
You know how frustrating it is to watch a guy just like run through your team's defense? I didn't even care about the game anymore. It was just like, at least tackle him. And you know what won it for him? That last touchdown he got. I lost by 7 points, and he did a 30-yard touchdown run before they took him out of the game. And that's what lost it. That and the fact that Dak only got 6 fucking points for me. Anyway,
And that running defense concerned me, man. Guess what the 49ers like to do a lot? Run.
I ain't gonna worry about that till we get to, we gotta worry about it. I almost don't want to win the division because if you win the division, you know who you're gonna have to play? Either the Packers or the Rams or the Seahawks. Like teams that have been fighting for their fucking playoff lives for the past month and a half while you just been kind of coasting. I kind of
Hey,
would rather just play the NFC South.
hey, I want that. I want that home game, man. You see how they
I
play
want,
with.
yeah, I feel you, but like it'll definitely be a harder game that first round than it would if you were to get the wild card.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
but yeah, Buffalo comes in off of their ass whooping of the Cowboys at 8-6. They could win out and still probably wouldn't make it. They need a lot of help. Um, so the Bills take on the Chargers at 5-9.
Ah, Chargers are cooked. They just got rid of their head coach. I got the Bills.
I'll take the Bills also. Sunday, December 24th, I'll be at this game. The Indianapolis Colts at 8-6 come to town to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Give me the guys from Indiana.
Yeah, I got the Colts as well. What's the special occasion for going to this game?
My job gave me free tickets.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
Yeah. The Green Bay Packers still alive in the playoff hunt. Travel to Carolina to take on the 2-12 Carolina Panthers. There was about 5,000 people in the stands this past week. I wish that's how many would have been there when the Cowboys were there, and I wouldn't have to pay so much money for
Was
tickets.
was that picture fake? Because I feel like they did that during warm-ups, was the rumor from what I
No,
saw.
that game was because I was watching some of it here in Atlanta. There wasn't a lot of people there.
It was raining though.
It was at least half full I'm sorry, at the most it was half full.
It's like a 70, so like 35.
I don't think it was 35,000 people there. It might have been like 10, 15,000 people there. They did not show the crowd a lot during the broadcast.
That's what happens when your team sucks and the weather is not good. So
Well, they've been talking about boycotting for a while.
because of
But
the owner or because of the coaches?
yeah.
He said, yeah. Both like
Add the players in there too. It was people there hating on Bryce Young when I was there.
I mean, I've said this before. CJ Stroud is the bigger, taller quarterback. You didn't agree with me, but hey, but
Bryce Young didn't have any help though.
I mean, the Texans were the second. They had like the same record, didn't they? And the Panthers got the.
I'm talking about receivers. Like the Texans got my boy Dalton Schultz from the Cowboys. Fucking the other guy that killed me was the motherfucker that kept getting interceptions for Dak last year, Brown. What's his fucking name?
His name slipped my head as well.
I can't think his name. Anyway, he came from the Cowboys. He's fucking killing it on Sunday. The guy started him and he scored like 30 points.
Yeah. Either way, the Panthers got to do a lot to get Bryce Young some help.
So I'm gonna imagine you got the Packers in this game.
Of course.
Right. Here we go. Sunday.
You do you have the Packers? You didn't say.
Yeah. I said the Packers.
Oh.
Sunday, we got the Cleveland Browns at 9-5 on their fourth starting quarterback.
Gee.
One game, 9-5, the Cleveland Browns versus the Houston Texans in Houston at 8-6. Houston needs to win this game if they want a shot at winning their division.
Is CJ Stroud back?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Houston because I still don't know who the Browns defense is vicious, but I don't know who the Browns quarterback is. You said they're
I'm
in their
taking
fourth.
Cleveland.
What's that?
I'm taking Cleveland.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Cleveland won, but I think the Houston they're probably in desperation mode.
Cleveland's in desperation mode. They want to make the playoffs.
You don't think Cleveland will?
If they want to, they better keep winning because they're not going to win their division.
Oh, Houston, yeah, Houston is in desperation mode. I might have misspoken, but like you said, Cleveland is too.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got 3 wild card spots. So I don't think Houston will slip in that one. They got a worse record. Cleveland has a better chance. So I'm going Houston. I'm not confident on that pick though.
I'll take the Browns. The Lions travel to Minnesota to take on those sorry ass Vikings. Give me the Lions.
Mm, I wouldn't be shocked if it was an upset, but I can't go with Minnesota. I'm gonna go with the Lions as well.
The Commanders travel to New York to take on the Jets at 1 p.m.
Shit bowl.
Yeah, give me the Jets.
And you said it is
In
who
New
at the
Jersey.
Jets?
The Commanders.
The Commanders at the Jets, and this is in New York.
Yep.
And you got the Jets.
Mhm.
Give me the Jets as well.
Fresh off their upset of the Philadelphia Eagles, the Seattle Seahawks travel to Nashville to take on the Titans.
Well, Levis, he let me down. I thought they were gonna pull it out last week. I don't if it's Gino, if it's Gino, I think the Seahawks gonna get it. So I'll go with the Seahawks because I think wasn't he a game time decision this yesterday or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Seahawks.
I don't think it matters. I think the Titans are winning.
Okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers, fresh off Baker Mayfield becoming the first quarterback in the history of Lambeau Field to have a 158.3 perfect quarterback rating.
Mm.
Of all the great quarterbacks that have come through Lambeau Field, Baker fucking Mayfield had a perfect quarterback rating. Your boys are in the shitter, Marty.
Yeah, I didn't pick that game right. You had the Bucks winning though, so I guess you had your crystal ball out.
Well, I'm picking the Bucks again.
Mm. This is in Florida, so Jacksonville just has to go right up the road. I'm gonna go. I want. I want to go with Jacksonville, but I don't believe in them after this past Monday. So give me the Bucks too.
The Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears battle of the running quarterbacks.
The the little guy versus the kind of little guy.
Hmm.
Justin Fields isn't that little actually. He's like 6'2", 6'3", so my bad.
Big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. But Kyler Murray is, so give me the Bears.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals.
You confident in that pick?
Yeah, why not? The Bears. Who gives a fuck? Uh, the Dallas Cowboys travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins, battle of two 10-4 teams that the national criticism is they can't play good against winning teams. The Dolphins are 0 for against winning teams, and the Cowboys are 1 for 3. Even though I think the Cowboys' record is a little skewed because when they played the Rams, if the Rams would have beat them, they would have had a winning record, and then that would have been another team that the Cowboys lost to that had a winning record. But because the Cowboys beat them, they had a losing record. And then they played good against the Eagles on the road. So, and also the Seahawks were 7-6, I think, when the Cowboys beat them. So they were technically a winning team at the time too. So people just like to fuck with stats. Anyhow, Cowboys and Dolphins in Miami. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys.
So I've been unbiased all year because the games that I picked against the Cowboys, they lost. I picked the Cowboys last week against the Bills, but I think the Cowboys need to kind of be not in panic mode, but they need to be urgent and they need to, you know, shake out whatever deficiencies they got on having what a mindset playing on the road, and they gotta work out the kinks. So I'm gonna go with Cowboys, even though when the season started, I predicted them dropping either this or the Bills game. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
The New England Patriots travel to Denver to take on the Broncos on Sunday Night Football.
You gotta let Russ cook.
Let him cook. I'm taking Broncos also.
What was going on with Sean Payton eating him out on the sideline?
I don't care about Sean Payton.
That's like you can't. He's a veteran. He's a grown man with kids.
Yeah.
This ain't college. That's not a good look.
We got 3 Christmas Day games. The Raiders travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs at 1 p.m. on Christmas Day.
I got the Chiefs.
Yeah, same. The Giants travel to Philadelphia at 4:30 to take on the Reeling Eagles. Can we get a Tommy DeVito,
Might as well be Danny DeVito.
Tommy Cutlets?
And this is in Philly.
It's in Philly, but it doesn't matter. Give me the Giants. Giants are going to upset the Eagles.
I got the Eagles.
And then the last game on Christmas night, the game of the year. 11-3 Baltimore travels to Santa Clara, California to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Woo, this is going to be a good one.
That is. This is Monday Night Football.
Monday night, Christmas time, 8:15 Eastern Standard.
I got the 49ers.
Give me the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I think Lamar might have 200 yards rushing.
I mean, it don't matter for me anymore. He's my fantasy quarterback in a couple leagues, which I'm not in anymore in the running.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
have at it, Lamar.
Let's get to the booties, EJ. We went so long on all this other stuff.
Let's get it. I wish we had like some cool music or something like that.
Yeah. We need a better producer.
I got I'm even dressed for the occasion. You probably can't see it because it's black on black.
You mean your shirt, not your skin, right?
That too.
I was gonna text you today, but I didn't have time because I had to go to the orthodontist right after work. I was gonna go try to find one of them little tuxedo t-shirts to wear.
That would be funny. But
Yeah.
listeners out there, I got a bow tie on. So go and check out the YouTube and subscribe if you want to see that.
Truth. Let's get to it. So the way we're gonna do this, EJ has all of the what do you call it? The
Results.
categories and the nominees and the results.
Here we
And
go.
so EJ will read off the nominations and then tell us who the winner is.
So let's get this kicked off right. The 2023 Booty Awards. Number 1 category. Should we go backwards and build up to, I guess, the
You can do however you want, brother. You're in charge.
Yeah, let's go backwards and make our way to the top. I think that would be appropriate in this case. So, the 2023 Booty Awards. I should have just opened up the PDF. We have a first category is Best Promo Segment. Our nominees are CM Punk on the series premiere Collision. Jey Uso turns on Roman Reigns. I think that happened on SmackDown, Raw. I can't remember. Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland, Bulgar Go Home show where Adam Page was spitting that venom. Christian Cage going in on everybody's family, but more specifically on this one, Nick Wayne's dead father on Dynamite. And to round it up, CM Punk's return to SmackDown. Where he's talking about punching Young Bucks in the face. And those are nominees.
Do I get to guess which one wins?
Sure, let's make it fun.
Category. Uh I'm going to go with oh Punk probably got half and half just on his. I'm gonna go with Hangman.
Okay, nice pick. And mini drum roll. The winner is Jay Uso turns on Roman Reigns.
Get out of here. I was gonna pick that one, but I was like, nobody's gonna do that.
Yeah, so your
Nice.
boy Jay Uso won that category.
Main event, Jay Uso down since day one ish. It's just me, Uso.
Shout out to Jay Uso. I can't even remember that segment off the top of my head. Oh yeah, he kicked him in the face. He said, "You out? I'm out." Boom.
And Roman was sitting there laughing. Roman was catching a hell of a laugh. He had his mouth all the way open, head turned to the side, the whole nine. Next thing you know, boom, boot in his face.
Hey, that was some good stuff, man. Next category, you got your best ring gear. And the nominees are Mickey James and Trinity, Bound for Glory.
Ooh.
Becky Lynch, Money in the Bank. She had the Jean Grey outfit. Sting, Adam Copeland, Darby Allin, Full Gear. And Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania 39. So I just laid out Becky Lynch's outfit. You probably got a better memory. What was Mickey James and Trinity wearing?
Mickey had on some blue something or another with the cheeks out. And then Trinity had on like a green. It wasn't like a tribute to anybody. It was just a cool little gear thing. And then Sting, Darby, and Edge were all dressed alike with face paint on and like matching jackets and shit. Who else was it? And Dominic had his was more of his entrance at WrestleMania when he came out in the straight jacket and or the handcuffs or whatever because he was fucking coming out of the pin.
Mm.
But I'm gonna go with Mickey and Naomi.
Mini drum roll. Your winner is by one vote. He beat the runners up. Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania 39. He edged out Sting and Darby Allin.
Oh wow. People don't like ass cheeks around here. What the hell? Who's voting?
I guess the basement dwellers are voting.
You literally don't talk about our people like that. These are people that like us to vote. Jesus, EJ.
I kid.
You literally have Mickey James, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. All three of their outfits, their cakes were out, and nobody voted for them. They voted for Dominic fucking Mysterio. Shame on you.
Hey, it be like that sometimes.
Shame.
Next category, TV show of the year. Got your usual suspects. Got Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Rampage, Dynamite, Collision, and Impact.
If people are being honest, it's SmackDown.
Yeah, it had a little technical difficulties with this one, so it might have been SmackDown originally. That's kind of a spoiler, but eliminate that. I'll let you guess the winner.
What do you mean eliminate that? What the hell?
It didn't win.
Give me NXT.
NXT didn't get a whole lot of votes. The winner is AEW Dynamite. It wasn't even that close.
Well, you did say that. You messed the thing up, so
it might have had some votes in SmackDown mixed in there. We don't know. So shout out to AEW Dynamite.
AEW Dynamite definitely ain't the best fucking wrestling show on TV. I don't give a fuck who you are. Whoever voted that, you need your eyes checked.
Hey, to each his own.
Tony Khan did that shit. He bought a bunch of fucking servers and he re-voted over and over again.
Each his own with provolone.
He probably caught wind of our fucking thing one night when he was all coked up.
Hey,
shout out to told everybody in his house, let me see your phone. I gotta go vote on these booties.
Hey, if you checking us out like that, Tony, shout out to you and your Coke. But that'll bring us to card of the year. We have WrestleMania 39,
Mm,
all in
mm,
Wembley Arena or Stadium.
banger,
Wrestle Kingdom.
banger.
That seems so far away. It happened so long ago. That was beginning of last year, but that's in the mix. Backlash, Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny.
We should have did entrance of the year. Bad Bunny definitely would have won.
Oh yeah, fire. And we got All Out to round it out in Chicago. Who do you think won this one?
I'm gonna go WrestleMania.
And you are correct. It wasn't even close. WrestleMania 39 with 70% of the vote.
Damn, y'all motherfuckers love WrestleMania.
Yes. So, and that set, that's probably like the only memorable set of memorable, not rememberable, making up words. Memorable set this past year was that Hollywood set. That was dope. So that was your card of the year. Surprise moment of the year. We got your boy Phil Brooks, CM
Philip,
Punk's WWE return.
it's clobbering time.
We got Adam Copeland's AEW debut. We got your boy. This is your boy, actually. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, shows up to SmackDown in Denver, popped out of nowhere.
If you smell.
Kyrie Sane returns to WWE. And Mercedes Moné spotted in the crowd at All In.
I'm gonna go with The Rock.
Oh, that was dope. Came out of nowhere. I remember you weren't even home when it happened.
Nope, didn't even see live. Crazy.
Oh, man. And any other instances, he probably win, but your winner of this is, and it wasn't even close, CM Punk's return to WWE. Hey, you can't deny how much of a buzz he got off of that. Everybody went crazy.
Mm.
Nobody expected it. It was whispers, but they kind of deflected it, and it was a legit surprise. And you don't have a lot of that in the year of 2023. So, CM Punk. Any thoughts on him winning that category?
I can't believe they picked CM Punk over The Rock. Everybody knew CM Punk was going to be there. Nobody knew The Rock was going to be there. Who didn't know? The crowd was literally chanting for CM Punk.
Because they're dicks heads and it's Chicago. So you knew he was going to come back.
We all knew he was going to be there.
Okay. Revisionist history.
Go check the receipts. We talked about it.
All right. Next match of the year. Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Wrestle Kingdom. Will Ospreay versus Mike Bailey, Bound for Glory. Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, WrestleMania 39.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Tell me about it. Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, WrestleMania 39.
Main event.
And to round it out,
as you know, heard.
Sorry about that.
And to round it out, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus, Payback.
Ooh, that's a hard category. These are some good matches.
I know, right?
Well, clearly the people voting on this don't like women, so we can eliminate Becky versus Trish.
Accusations.
I'm just saying.
In the words of Rick Ross.
I'm gonna go with the Usos and Sami Zayn and KO.
Not a whole lot of love for them. The winner of this is Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, Wrestle Kingdom.
It wasn't even like the best match they had.
I thought it was better than their Forbidden Door.
Really?
To each his own. You didn't think so?
The only reason I would think that is because Ospreay actually won.
Maybe that's why. Maybe you didn't like Kenny Omega winning that one. And we also wish a speedy recovery to Kenny Omega.
Yeah, shout out to Omega. I feel bad now after talking shit about his promo being fucking awful. I didn't know he was going through a fucking diverticulitis attack.
Hey, that's no excuse to have whatever he did out there in the ring, that promo wise. But
I mean, the promo was trash, but the man was in pain, EJ.
Hey, If you're in pain, then sit your ass in the back. But yeah, we kid.
TK ain't trying to hear that shit. He said, I got enough EVPs fucking collecting a check, not doing a goddamn thing. Get your ass out there and talk on the microphone.
Ugh, Bucks. Let's not even talk about them. So yeah, shout out to Kenny Omega. Like we said, we wish you a speedy recovery.
Oh, yeah. That diverticulitis is nothing to fuck around with.
Yeah.
Saw what happened with Brock, but my ex's grandfather had that, and it was bad. Like certain
Yeah.
shit you can't even eat, or it fucking damn near kills you. So hopefully he gets that all taken care of.
Yeah. In certain cases, it could be life threatening. So yeah, let's hope he gets that taken care of and comes back stronger than ever. Number 8.
Sidebar, I have a question.
Yeah.
As I got NXT on in the background, and I always comment about the ladies that are on NXT. I just realized something.
What's that?
They're always in the locker room, and there's always a camera in the locker room.
Yeah. It's a little creepy, ain't it?
Why the fuck is there a camera in the women's locker room?
Hey, must have some peeping toms in there.
Also, where do you apply to be an NXT cameraman? Just
Asking
curious.
for a friend.
Yeah, just want to know how much they pay.
That is a good point. But even with the men's, they do that with the men's either. Why is there a camera back there?
Motherfucker's trying to change, and you got Stu, the camera guy, sitting there. That's John Cena's buddy.
I guess if you're looking at it from like realistic standpoints, when they're doing documentaries, they have cameras back there. So I don't know. It's weird, like you said.
Yeah.
Especially for the women. It's a good point, though. Never thought about it. Let's go to the next nominee, though. We have Feud of the Year.
Mm.
Your nominees are Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus, Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland, Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns, and Josh Alexander versus Bully Ray. Who do you think got this one?
In the grand scheme of things, there's only 2 actual feuds on there, maybe 3, because a lot of those were short-lived. A feud is like a long, and honestly, Jay versus Roman was like a long time. I'm still not satisfied with the ending of it. Just sending him to Raw, but Becky and Trish and Josh and Bully were like months long. So if the one of those 3 don't win, I'll be very disappointed. But I'll go with Jay versus Roman because a lot of people shat on Becky versus Trish, and then when the match happened, they were like, damn, that was a great match. But the feud itself, people didn't like. I doubt anybody watched Bully versus Josh Alexander. So I'm going to go with Roman and Jay.
I watched a lot of Impact. For some reason, I don't remember that feud going that long. Did it?
It went a few months.
Okay. You went with Jay and Roman. That
Mhm.
did get a good bit of votes, but your winner is Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland.
That's not even a feud. They had a month-long thing. They had 2 matches. People don't even know the definition of a goddamn feud anymore in wrestling. It's because you sons of bitches are so fucking impatient. You think a 1-month program is a feud? A 1 month ain't even a program. It's a cup of coffee.
It was 2, but hey, it's a microwave society. And it did have a lot of
This shit was still cold in the middle when they took it out. They're not even done. They're still beefing.
Touche. People seem to like that. I guess because it got so personal, maybe people gravitated towards it. Home invasion, and then probably had one of the best matches of the year. I don't even think that was a nominee in our categories.
I don't even know why I thought about this today, but he drank that dude's fucking blood. I was thinking about it today at work.
It's gross, man. In the words of Chappelle.
It's nasty.
Yeah, that got the feud of the year. The people have spoken, Rucker.
Congrats, Hangman and Swerve.
Now we move on to big man of the year. Ivar from the Viking Raiders.
Omas.
I forgot about Omos, man.
He doesn't deserve to be on there. He didn't do anything.
He had a
He's a good
Wrestle
ambassador, though.
he had a WrestleMania, man.
Did he? Against who?
Brock.
That was this year?
Yeah. Seemed like
Are you
years ago. Yeah. Remember last year you went to see him versus Roman?
Goddamn.
Yeah, so whatever happened to Omis, I don't know. You say he's an ambassador. I guess that's a good role for him.
So he's lost to Lashley and Brock the last two WrestleManias.
Yeah.
To that guy. He'll never have an Undertaker streak.
Obviously, he's probably a Vince guy, so that doesn't help his case. Bronson Reed, another nominee. Moose, Impact Wrestling.
Hmm.
Big Bill, half of your AEW Tag Team Champions. Wardlow,
Ugh.
Powerhouse Hobbs,
Hmm.
and Samoa Joe to round it out.
If I was voting, I would pick Powerhouse Hobbs, but Samoa Joe probably won.
And Mr. Rucker, you are correct, and it wasn't even close. Samoa Joe.
Is he even a big man, though?
Sure he is.
He's kind of short.
What's that mean?
That means he ain't big. He's just wide.
Bronson Reed ain't that tall.
Yeah. I was literally, as I said that.
And I met Hobbs in person. We were basically the same height. He may have had an inch on me, but I mean, he's a powerful dude.
What are you, like 6 feet tall?
Nah, 5'10" and a half, 5'11" on a good day.
You gotta be more like 5'11" because you're a couple inches taller than me. I'm 5'9".
I said 5'11" on a good day. So yeah, Samoa Joe, he's a big guy. Come on. It's Joe. Put some respect on that man's name.
This dude, Tavion Heights, in the
Mhm.
breakout tournament for the men,
Mhm.
he just suplexed this motherfucker so many times. Like crazy suplexes, though. Not just to pick you up, hold you in the air suplex or belly to belly. Like he was fucking pretzeling this dude, suplexing him. That was crazy.
NXT is my Tuesday night enjoyment after we finish recording. So looking forward to that. Next category, breakout star of the year. LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Julia Hart.
Mm.
Trick Williams. Whoop that
Trick.
trick.
Whoop that trick.
Swerve Strickland.
Whose
Swerve Green Knight
house?
Drive. Swerve's house. Your boy Ricky Starks. Absolute.
Man, this is a good fucking category.
And to round it out, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Let's go.
This is probably the best category we've had. I hope the votes were close.
It was close.
I'm gonna go with. I want to go with Swerve, but I'm gonna pick LA Knight.
Oh, drum roll. This was a super close race, and he edged the runner up by 1 vote.
Mm.
LA Knight.
Who was the runner up?
Swerve Strickland.
Wow, those are 2 people I said.
Yeah. So LA Knight, your breakout star. And can't deny the meteoric rise this guy had.
He's a megastar.
And to go off on a small tangent, you think this is trending towards 4-way, or you think it's just going to be Randy at Royal Rumble?
Oh no, it's just Randy at Royal Rumble.
So what you think? They just blow him and AJ off on like a random SmackDown?
They'll probably fight at the Royal Rumble.
Think a singles match. I think if they
Oh
were,
yeah, you're right. The Royal, because now there's two Royal Rumbles now. So yeah, they'll probably fight on a random SmackDown. Sidebar, I heard somebody say this, and I wanted to talk about it on here. I don't think AJ turned heel. Because I saw this when it happened. AJ and Orton were like talking shit to the Bloodline, and the camera they did like an ADW type camera thing, but LA Knight came and like did something to AJ. I don't know if he pushed them or did something, and the camera went to the Bloodline, and then when he came back, AJ was in the background, and LA Knight was talking shit to him. So I don't think he necessarily turned heel. I think he just was like, why is this dude fucking touching me like this?
Probably. Did they have any interaction before AJ got hurt?
No, remember AJ got hurt by the bloodline because
Mm.
fucking Michin was running up on him, and AJ Styles went to fucking fight Jimmy and Solo, and the other two dudes is like, "We got your back, dog, but like, pick it with somebody else." And AJ was like, "Well, fuck y'all then," and then the bloodline whooped his ass and put him out.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're going with this one, but it does pique my interest. Now that you said that, they had some camera angles where you had to pay attention to see what happened. So
You remember Austin Powers when the robot woman had the cones on her titties
yeah, I
and
remember.
was shooting? I swear that's the bra Nikita Lyons just had on backstage.
That's right up
I
her
was
alley.
I was waiting on her to shoot Lyra Valkyria just then.
Hey, she knows what she doing back there.
If you watch NXT, you'll get the reference.
Old thirst trapping Nikita Lyons. Do what you do, girl. Next category, Rucker. We're getting close to the end. In-ring performer of the year. So this is just in the ring. This ain't overall. We'll get to the overall a little later. We got Will Ospreay,
Mm,
Bryan Danielson,
mm.
the Ring General, Gunther, the man Becky Lynch, and your AEW World Champion, Mr. Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
My vote would have been either Becky or Will Ospreay.
Who you think won though?
I think you called the people that vote, not you, not me. You called these people basement dwelling neckbeard nerds. I believe is what you said.
And to clarify it, this was doesn't regular boot to the face listeners. We put this out like everywhere. I put it out on Twitter with hashtags, so it's just not limited to regular boot to the face listeners. Just to be clear, we love our listeners.
Except for you basement dwelling nerdy neckbeards.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
And if they picked Will Ospreay.
So you're gonna go with Osprey?
Yeah.
The winner by a slim margin. It was neck and neck between the winner and the runner-up. We have Will Ospreay edging out Gunther. And I was checking up on the results, and Gunther was winning for a while, and Will Ospreay snuck up and took it. They were neck and neck the whole time, but Gunther was leading
Nice.
for a majority of the time, and Will Ospreay went in there and snuck it. So
Just admit these guys don't like women because there's no way you can't have
yeah,
Becky Lynch up there. She
yeah.
fucking killed it this year. Killed it.
Come on, guys, we got to show a little more to the ladies out there that's putting in work.
Then these same motherfuckers will get on Twitter and say, "I can't believe Tony Khan doesn't have any women's section." It's because you bitches don't like women. You
Hey,
like big, sweaty men. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't be trying to fucking put your cape on and fake superhero for the women when you really don't like it.
hey, whatever floats your boat. If you like big sweaty men, just admit it. We don't
I'm
judge.
not saying it like sexual. I meant like to watch wrestling. Nothing wrong with the other one either. If that's what you like. Do what you do. But don't be fucking get on your Twitter machine. I can't believe TK only had one segment for the ladies. It's because the ratings go down because you motherfuckers don't like women.
Hey, I was proud of Tony this past collision. He actually had two segments. I was surprised. He had Abaddon and your girl Thunder Rosa came back.
Man, Tony Storm is so funny.
What she say?
Did you see that video I posted where they were like, "Hey, you want to do a read for Tony Schiavone?" And she was like, "Okay, it's Sting."
That's hilarious. I missed
And she
that.
goes, "Okay, Mr. Schiavone, we don't need you anymore. I'll take your place."
Hey, she's not an American treasure. She's just a treasure in general. Tony
I'll have
Storm.
my chin up, my tits out.
Renee got out of there. She's like, you ain't throwing the show at me. Uh,
Oh, I
Renee
love some
claimed that.
Tony Storm, man. What a crazy like transition from the little punk rocker girl to like a fucking throwback what do you even call that? Like the
Pin-up glamour girl.
pin up glamour actress.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1950s.
it's so good.
Hey, she was one of the few ones that didn't get released. She went off on her own. She asked for her release and bet on herself, and
Yeah, she
there you go.
fucking put her chin up and tits out and went out there and made it happen.
Cause she like just got the SmackDown, and it was like a shock that she like asked for her release. Like she's only there for like a month.
And they fucking had that gif going around, Charlotte throwing that cake in her face, and everybody was making jokes about nutting on her face. She was like, "I'm out of here."
I don't even remember that. You got a
I
better
think I,
memory.
I, I think I might have made a meme about it
Whoa, nah.
on the boot to the face Instagram.
Let's move on to the next category before we get canceled. Tag team of the year. Your nominees are Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, the Ace and Bay Connection, ABC, Bullet Club, uh, Chris Bay, and Ace Austin, right?
That's what ABC stands for. I never knew that.
Yeah, Ace Austin and Chris Bay. FTR, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, you're now former champion.
Mm.
And ooh, so what do you think?
I'm gonna go with the Usos.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see if they won. The winner is FTR, but Usos and ABC were tied for the second place, so they got some votes.
FTR.
People love them. Got to give the people what they want.
FTR did more singles wrestlers last year.
I mean, when they lose the belts, they lost. They didn't lose to Ricky. They didn't lose it that long ago, and they're
They didn't have
consistent,
them that long.
huh?
They also didn't have them that long.
That's true. I mean, they did. Yeah, they did. They got off the guns like what early this year. They had it for a good bit.
If they did, I don't. They're not very memorable.
They just put their
Oh,
head
yep.
down and go to work.
There's that Tony Storm meme. I actually posted on the 80 proof Instagram.
But I mean, they're the FTR the only tag team, not the only one, but only three of these tag teams are still together. Uso's not a thing, and Sammy and Kevin aren't a thing anymore at the moment. So
If you listen to this podcast and you'd like to see the meme, reach out to me on social media and I'll send it to you. I just sent it to EJ.
we'll be taking a look at that later. So now we're getting close to the end into the nitty gritty. We got your women's wrestler of the year, Rhea Bloody Ripley, women's champion, your women's world champion. Becky Lynch, the man, timeless Tony Storm.
Chin up, tips out.
Your Impact women's champion, your Knockouts champion, Trinity, and your WWE women's champion, Io Sky. The genius of the sky. Who do you think?
I would pick Becky Lynch, but they're probably going to pick Rhea Ripley, who's only defended the title. Like, she's the only champion this year with less title defenses than Roman Reigns.
And you're probably right on that. She will be defending it at day one. Seems like they stacked the show a good bit. It's not even a pay-per-view, it's a TV special. This is pretty intriguing. Kind of what they do with NXT. So, but that's next year, and these are the awards for this year, so it kind of doesn't even matter. Drum roll, your winner in a landslide, Rhea Ripley. What do you think is about Rhea Ripley? Where
These fucking dorks. Okay.
and that's how
Name a
you
good Rhea Ripley match from this year. How can she be the female wrestler of the year when she hasn't had a good match this year?
WrestleMania was good.
I'm sorry, she had one good match this year. You're right.
This is a
I,
overall award. This is just not in ring, Mr. Rucker.
and you do get credit for helping Charlotte have a good match because not a lot of people can do that.
Oh man, Charlotte Shade gets thrown in.
always. But let's be honest, right? Like if people are watching Impact, they would have voted for Naomi over her. If they're paying attention to actual in-ring and crowd reaction and shit like that, they would have voted for Becky over her. She could probably get third place in that list, but there's no way she should have won.
Rhea's the hot thing right now. I mean, sometimes you can't put a finger on why, but fans gravitate toward her. You got a lot of people, creepy people online. That's a part of it. But
I mean, every woman you just named was is good looking though. So why is Rhea like bring out the creeps? Because she's got tattoos and she plays up to it too, though. She does do that. Like you'll never see Becky like pinning somebody in a missionary position while she's sticking her tongue out.
I like the fact that someone is over, so I'm not gonna knock on that. But overall package, how can you deny Becky Lynch? Because I'm not a fan of Rhea's promos. A lot of it sounds like she's reading from the script, to be honest with you. And Becky's been cooking on all aspects. So I think overall, I think Becky probably takes it. In ring, promo, and yeah, overall.
I think I like Rhea Ripley. Like in a she's not like my favorite. She'd probably make my top 10 women's wrestlers that I would pay. No, never mind. Top 20. Like, I don't not like Rhea Ripley, but I think she is criminally overrated. I think the stuff she did with Dominic, people say Dominic got over because of her. I think she's over because of Dominic. I don't think people would give a fuck about because when she was in Judgment Day without Dominic, not until she turned him and they started rolling up on Ray at like family functions and shit. Nobody really cared about Rhea Ripley.
That's true. Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. They both kind of played off each other, but her being around a heat magnet like Dom's definitely helping because they're like, why is this little tweet got her? So it kind of makes people cheer for her more and boo him even more, you know? I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
You can tell these fucking dorks never got laid because they would know that Rhea's the kind of girl you stay away from. Like she's just trouble. You don't you don't want Rhea. Rhea's gonna ruin your life. Ask Dominic. He can't even go home on the holidays. He's got to hang out with her now. She has ruined his life. He's having fun now. Yeah. Like, obviously it's fun, right? But
Hey,
at the end of the day, she's just going to break his heart. And he's fucked over his entire family and all his friends he's forsaken. And it's just going to be him. And she's just going to move on to the next. That's the type of, you got to know the warning signs.
hey,
When, when a woman's got tattoos covering her body more than the earth has water, stay away, man.
hey, sometimes you gotta go through it, man. Get your heart broken. That builds character. Sometimes you can't,
Yeah, you got to learn.
you gotta touch the stove. You gotta get
Yeah,
burnt.
I hear you. You got to learn for yourself. Your family can tell you you ain't gonna this is gonna ruin your life, and you're not gonna believe them until it ruins your life. You had to find out. I feel you. I mean, look, let's be real. Like the girl's fine, but wrestling wise, you fucking dorks. Women's wrestler of the year. She had 4 matches.
I don't think she's gotten the opportunity to show what she has. So, like, I don't know.
Whose fault is that? Becky Lynch got the opportunity.
I don't know. Uh, Whoever is writing her
Chelsea
stuff. Yeah,
Chelsea
Chelsea
Green and
Green.
Piper Nevin have defended women's tag titles more than Rhea's defended the world title since WrestleMania.
It's a shame. And she's kind of handcuffed with the Judgment Day. So, maybe in 2024 we see Rhea cook some more in the ring.
Every little pervert that voted for her when you said she's handcuffed, they just stopped listening. They blacked out.
Blood rushed from one place to somewhere else, right?
Motherfucker tried to stand up and fell over. Like got lightheaded.
uh, yeah. Well, Rhea Ripley is your winner. Warrant, whether it was deserved or not. So let's move on to the last category of the 2023 Booty Awards. Men's Wrestler of the Year. We have Seth freaking Rollins, your World Heavyweight Champion. Your AEW World Champion, Mr. Maxwell Jacob Freeman. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns, your Tribal Chief. Will Ospreay. And the Ring General, Gunther, your Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Who do you think took this one?
I'm gonna go with the popular vote of Will Ospreay, but if it was me, I'd go with Roman Reigns.
Go Roman Reigns. The same gripe you had with Rhea Ripley pretty much applies to Roman Reigns.
Rhea Ripley's defended her title against Zelina Vega twice, Natalia, and who she beat the other night? Maxine.
So now you're basing off a level of competition and not.
Yeah. Roman's defending his title against Cody, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, LA Knight. Roman's had people coming from him from the actual main event level and have bangers of match. Rhea don't do that. They're not the same.
So now you're moving the goalposts.
No, I'm not. It's apples and oranges. Rhea's had 4 title matches since she's won, and it's been against non-main event competition.
I would agree with you on any other year, but this year, I feel like Roman Reigns matches have gotten more formulaic this year. We barely see them. I just feel like the buzz has gone a little bit.
He beat Kevin Owens.
He did at Royal Rumble.
Beat Sami Zayn. He beat Cody Rhodes. He beat main event Jey Uso. Great tag team match with him and Solo versus the Usos. He beat LA Knight. What more do you want?
How many defenses was that?
It was like 4 or 5.
Seth probably had that in a month.
I hear you, but we're not talking about Seth. We're talking about Rhea and Roman.
I know that they barely defend their titles.
But the difference is the level of competition when they do defend it. Rhea defends hers against people you know aren't going to win, while Roman's defending his against people that everybody wanted to win.
We knew none of those girls were beating Roman.
I mean, a lot of people picked Cody Rhodes to win at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that one.
Not me, but a lot of people did.
That one, but everyone else wasn't beating Roman. I know you wanted Jay to win.
I picked Jey Uso at SummerSlam.
We knew Jay wasn't winning, but yeah, you did pick Jay. Only one is Cody that was like basically split down the middle.
A lot of people thought Sammy was going to win.
Those were idiots that they thought Sammy was going to win on a elimination random pay-per-view. Those were the basement dwellers. They were clamoring for Sammy to win. But I hear you. I mean, you got a burger from McDonald's in one play and then a Five Guys burger. At the end of the day, still burger. Both of them didn't defend their belts. When you had the filet mignon Seth Rollins out there breaking his back, literally defending that belt on TV a lot too. But let's get to the winner, Rucker. You said who do you think won? You said you want Roman and Reigns. Who do you think won?
They probably picked Will Ospreay.
In the ring, but overall, like you can barely hear what he's saying, bruv.
That's all you need to hear, bruv. I got a girl, bruv. She's got a baby, and I gotta put him through school, bruv. I do this because I love it. While you're here as a fucking EVP. He cut a good ass promo on Kenny Omega though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta go back and listen to that. He will be with AEW this upcoming year, so we expect to see a lot out of Will Ospreay. But let me announce. Go ahead.
Will Ospreay in the same calendar year did beat Okada, Jericho, and Omega.
Is Jericho really that good of a one?
It's a name.
Get Jericho off my screen. I wish he would go away.
Same.
But yeah, he did have a hell of a year as far as competition. He put on bangers. Not to
Bro.
mention his New Japan stuff. He probably had a lot of matches that we didn't see, right?
Yeah, he's a U.S. champion.
And he said, "I'm not calling it the U.S. champion anymore. I'm calling it the U.K. championship." And aren't they morphing that to a new title or something like that?
I don't fucking know. It's too many titles to keep up with. But
Uh,
is Tony Khan booking New Japan?
I mean, he probably tries to.
I hope Gato don't let him come over there talking shit.
Well, I do have some people in participating in Wrestle Kingdom, so I should have a say so on how my wrestlers are booked.
Right.
Shut up. Go, don't you have a football team to look after?
You got a line to go do?
Illicit druggies. Allegedly. We don't want to get sued here on Boot to the Face, so we throw out that alleged. Let's get to the winner though. Drum roll. The winner of Men's Wrestler of the Year with a comfortable victory. Your ring general, Gunther.
Oh, wow. Wow. Congrats, Gunther.
Yeah, and your second place was Cody Rhodes, so
Congrats to all the winners, man.
you didn't
I
expect
like
Gunther to win
this.
it?
No, I didn't. But I do like this format better where we just pick the nominees and we let other people pick the winners.
How did y'all do it in years past?
We would just pick the winners between us. We let people vote on it, and if we tied, we would let them be the tiebreaker.
I mean, you gotta let the listeners, it's unbiased when you have a bunch of votes. So
Yeah.
Gunther, he was winning in ring for a while too, so people love some Gunther.
People feeling ring general.
I mean, I wasn't feeling him on a mic initially, but they letting him talk a little more. He's been cooking whoever gets on the mic. If you ain't about being in the ring, you better not be around Gunther. If you're an entertainer, he don't like that.
Gunther don't play that shit. You better have respect for the squared circle.
He said they're chanting USA. He said, what did I care about those 3 letters? It's just letters. I'm like, what? Man, Gunther cooking in there. But yeah, shout out to Gunther. And that brings us to the end of the 2023 Booty Awards. Thanks to everybody that voted.
Hell yeah. Thanks for all the listeners. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Like us on all your social media pages. Please leave us a review on YouTube as well if you go there. Tell all your friends about it. For EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been Boot to the Faces Booty Awards. Next week, we will be doing our last show of the year with an announcement to be made on where our audio will be broadcasted from going forward. So until next week, for EJ, I'm Rucker. This has been Boot to the Face. Peace.
Got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude.